It's a little after 9 on Saturday, day 42, and we went out last night for free music night. Did a little bar hopping and saw a couple good musicians, and then also saw a really incredible band. There were it was incredible in a kind of a different way. There were a lot of people on stage, mostly not playing their instruments. It was kind of fascinating. It was an experience. And as we were wrapping up the night, not far from 6th Street in Austin, we decided to take the old 6th Street walk, which, if you've never done a 6th Street walk, it's an experience. Something a little bit like a mix of Old Vegas and what's that street in Nashville? It's wild. But we kind of stumbled across a Christmas bar, the Dead Rabbit, and it was gorgeously, elaborately decorated like nothing I've ever seen. Like major attention to detail, lights all across the ceiling, every pole wrapped with garland and hanging, dangling, tiers of dangling ornaments from the garland. It was stunningly gorgeous. And being that my name means Christmas child, I had to go in. And in some ways, I'm really glad I did, because this year the holidays were a little bit tough, and especially around Christmas, and I just felt like they came fast, and I didn't do nearly as much seasonal stuff as I have in the past. So for the holidays to spill out a little bit into this year, into this moment at this special place, felt pretty cool. So I'm gonna just receive the gift of that, and then also recognize I'm not out into the sauna until 9:20, but I'm out here. I'm going to sweat out my delicious cocktail from last night, and know that it's sort of a soft return to paleo. I think I've cracked a code on the eczema. I was thinking it was parasite cleanse related, but I actually think it's cassava flour, because I really like these almond flour crackers, but they also have cassava flour in them, and I've been suspicious of cassava and I don't really eat it. But yesterday I ate a lot of protein. I was like needing a lot more protein after riding, like just insatiable hunger, which means I'm gonna have to keep adjusting how I do this. But I had some almond flour crackers with my lunch with some chicken, and within a couple hours my hand, where I have a spot of eczema, was itching worse, and I was like, you know what? I think that's what it is, because the timeline of when I bought the crackers and have been keeping them stocked and eating them all sort of lines up, because I started having eczema before I started the parasite cleanse. So it's kind of a bummer, because those crackers are delicious, and being grain-free, the options are more limited. Now that takes that option away. But I still have flackers, which are flaxseed crackers, which are delicious and really healthy and high in omegas. And the good news is, if that's what it is, then that's just one thing to eliminate and hopefully clear the eczema fairly quickly. So I'm gonna say goodbye to the almond flour crackers, which also hopefully means goodbye to the eczema. And I will say, despite getting out here having slept in a little bit more, I am just such a different person. Like last night, as the night hours started ticking later, like 10 o'clock rolled around and I was like, I want to go home and go to bed. I have a morning routine waiting for me. And I'm like, what? Like, this is a different me. Like, I had fun, but it's hard for me to have fun the same way when I'm committed to this. And I knew that it would be a little bit more rough this morning. Having stayed out later, I had a few drinks. So, but I feel like that's where I'm learning some balance from old me who would bar hop nightly or go see live music nightly and have many beverages to the new version of me that's trying to integrate it all and has a better sense of priority and that recognizes that going out is not an excuse to not show up, even if I was up at 5 yesterday and today I'm up at 9. It's like finding some looseness and relaxation and also continuing the discipline. So this feels like in this 40-day devotion, I've made major progress and I've really grown to love and enjoy my morning routine, even if it's hard and challenging. It's something that I like to show up for and it's waiting for me. So that feels like a victory. So as I sweat this out and start working on adjusting the soft landing back towards paleo and, you know, this potential carnivore diet, which I just haven't done the research enough to start. It's just going to be like a 3 to 7 day carnivore reset, which maybe will help the eczema as well. Many things. I'm also considering a fast coming up, but I always consider a fast, and that may or may not be the best choice in relationship to my fertility. So I'll have to muscle test it when I get closer to that consideration. And it might be the Fit for Service full tempo reset fast where you actually get a shake. So it's not a water fast, which is a little bit softer landing on that, more supportive. It's like a keto mimicking reset fast. So some things to consider while I'm in the sauna. But wow, that was a really special place last night, and they take all the decorations down on Monday, so I'm glad I got to see something seasonal and beautiful and magical and very Hallmark movie. I mean, like Hallmark movie times 10. And if you want to see that, it'll be in yesterday's video that I haven't created yet. But by the time you see this, it will be created and posted. So it was a magical place, and that really warmed my heart and brought some cheer and joy. And I think that's really what I need a lot of right now, is some cheer and joy. I've been like watching the Great British Bake Off, which I think has also been just connecting with the season, because I've traditionally done some Christmas baking and I like to bake. Not really baking now because of paleo, but I know there's opportunities and options for that, like doing my almond flour, almond butter, banana bread. So maybe that's an invitation, is to look more into like, how can I get more creative with the paleo diet this year? Like making my own almond flour crackers that don't have cassava. Maybe that's the invitation. Get creative. Okay, I did a 35-minute sweat at about 12-minute. And now it's really hot. We'll see how long I can go. Today, I do a plunge. Plunge, and I just slid on a rock. Trying to get back to the sauna because I'm freezing, so my foot hurts a little bit, but I guess it's a cycling day. Well, cycling through doing sauna, cold plunge. Maybe I'm actually slightly resisting doing the cycling. It's the weekend, I've been going every day. I don't know, man, that hurt my foot. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna do, I never look ahead to see like what the ride is, because I don't want to know in case it's a big one. So just feels like I want to do a little bit more of this first and then decide. And maybe it's not deciding, maybe it's doing a muscle test because I'm feeling resistance, which probably means I should do it, but and then I'll feel excellent afterwards. Maybe I need to eat some more protein before I get on the bike though. It's 11:11. I'm on the bike. I think I'm gonna watch the Great British Bake Off while biking. I need some help. I wouldn't really call it a distraction so much as like a mental focus away from what this might feel like in my body right now. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh shit. I'm like thinking that this was gonna be the easy ride, and it's the hour-long ride. I did it. That was a lot. I couldn't get the Great British Bake Off to play, so I watched the latest episode of Outlander, which was super intense. Second to the last episode in the series. So, all around, that was super, super intense. Now I'm gonna go shower, eat, and nap. I did it. It's been a day of recovery. I'm watching the end of the Great British Baking Show, and I've just been crying. It's so wholesome. It's such a nice ending. But it's got me all choked up. So maybe that's what I needed. And some puppy cuddles. Also, no wonder I am so tired. 56 miles this week on the bike for 4.5 hours, so just getting back into it, but that is a strong start to the week. And I did some deadlifts today, and seemingly that wasn't great for my neck. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Probably sauna either way, but see if I'm still super sore or not. Bed early.